hurdles, that's the obstacles we facing. Talking problems, I got several, man, God, but I'm still better than the devil, ayy. I said I'll be writing all the time, giving pieces on my mind, hand on me, long road, it's been an uphill grind, just a matter of time, pulling my energy, stop wasting my time, I'm losing friends, chasing dreams, don't see possible, not from the world you live in, this is something that I gotta do, on the stage get Grammys and the whole city proud of you, it makes it all worth it, just the thought of that shit, tell you the truth, lately I'm off of the grid, back in the stool, I'm running laps around you niggas, take a step in my shoe, I'm about to carry to a cool, cause I had something to prove, nothing to lose, taking trips off 8th and Strong, I got my mind consumed, the highest in the room, we all doomed. You feel me? Yeah. Welcome back to the motherfucking Set the Tone podcast. You feel me? Let's clap it up for this bitch. You feel me? We back, gentlemen. What's happening? You feel me? And before we even get into it, y'all already know the drill. Go ahead and click the link in the description and subscribe and stay up to date with everything Set the Tone. And I'm telling you, we got merch. We got some big shit rolling out next year. So you make sure you guys subscribe and click that bell so every time we drop content, you feel me, go straight to your phone and you can follow up on it because we're going crazy next year, you feel me? But yeah, welcome back to the Set the Tone. What, episode 5?
Episode 5, man.
Episode 5.
Went by quick, man. I got 5 on it.
You feel me? Go ahead and introduce yourselves to the new people in here for the first time as well, man.
Yeah, you already know the deal, man. Groovy grave, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it groovy over here, man. And yeah, let's get it.
Yep, right here. It's your boy Tanner B, you know. We in here, episode 5. Happy to be here. Great season we had so far, man. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
You know, you already announced we got some big projects coming. So everybody click that link. Stay in tune because some big shit is coming.
Yeah, we going crazy. This episode 5, and you know what? We didn't even have a full year with this idea. Right. So next year, this time next year is gonna be crazy. I can't wait to see what that's gonna look like. You feel me? We got a lot of shit popping, y'all. And you know, I'm so happy with this. I'm so happy we did this. You feel me?
Appreciate you, man. No Pressure Records,
man, bro.
Man, you know, CM McDuff and all that. You know, it's like so we just getting started, getting our feet wet, so to speak. So yeah, appreciate all the love and everybody rocking with us so far, man. We got a lot more in store. 2023 gonna be huge. You know what I'm saying? Jordan year. I mean, gotta do it right. You feel me?
Got to, bro. It's only right.
Stay locked in. Hit that bell notifications and all that because we got a lot coming to you, man. Starting at the top of the year, we're gonna keep it rocking and rolling for sure.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
A lot of big stuff. I'm excited, man.
Absolutely, man.
So how we want to kick this off? You want to start us off, Gravy?
We're gonna kick it off. We're gonna kick it off, man, with the World Cup.
It's only
no
right.
No pun intended, man. What a final, huh? What a match.
Argentina going stupid,
man.
Right
they
now.
going crazy. They probably still partying out over there, man.
Sure.
Still going up, man. Rightfully so, man. Messi the GOAT. It's confirmed. If you didn't know, you know for sure now. I mean,
people outside his house right now.
Man, he getting all the love. He getting gifts. He getting food. He getting everything. Buying them cards.
Bro, there's streets right now. I seen an aerial clip from a drone of their street. It was like 5 million people on the freeway. That's fucking crazy, bro.
They had to escort my boy off the bus with a helicopter because it got so wild.
He's the president out there, man. The president, yeah, for sure, man.
Hey, he deserves it, bro.
Honestly, I couldn't be any happier for the guy. That just, I mean, because think about it. He's been through, World Cup finals before. He's lost them, and even to start this World Cup, think about it. They lost their first match.
Right.
So
Saudi Arabia, I think it was.
Yeah,
right?
it was it was one of the craziest upsets, if not the craziest upset in World Cup history.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. So that, put them behind the 8 ball, because in that group play, you only get what? 4 games, 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, I think it's only 3.
There's 3 games, yeah, because 14 3 games, yeah. So think about it. You lose one of those games, you got to win out. And there's, with the World Cup, it's goal differential, so a lot of that comes into play. So their backs up were against the wall. And, they prevailed, and honestly, I felt like after Saudi Arabia beat them, there was a lot of doubters.
Oh, yeah. Right away. Like, same old thing. Like, oh, here goes Messi again. Not even going to make it past the quarter stage and all that. And not going to make it out of the group stage and everything. And then I think him being the veteran he was kind of put the team on his back, so to speak. Like, all right, we had our one little blunder. I guess it's better to come early than late. You know what I mean?
That's not how you start, so you finish.
They bounced back for sure after that. Obviously, they didn't lose the match.
Yeah.
So,
Excuse me. And
Come on, this is his last one.
Oh,
this is his last trip.
It was his and Ronaldo's last one. So
this is how the GOAT is supposed to leave. You feel me?
Right.
On this kind of note.
And he took down the future GOAT of soccer, in my opinion, with
exactly.
Mbappe.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Mbappe.
France was badass.
Mbappe is that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like.
The future for sure. The what he did, man. I mean, he was going crazy. He was just like a shootout with a duel.
Bro, they were down 2-0 with it was
the 60, 80th
it was like
almost?
70th minute, the 70-something minute. You're down 2 goals. That's pretty much a win.
Yeah.
He scored 2 goals in 3 or 4 minutes. That was wild.
They said that's like equivalent to when T.O.N.E scored those 33 in 13 and 33 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Just rapid fire
exactly. And then Messi comes back in overtime. I forget if France scored in overtime first or if they scored, but all I know is it's back and forth. And
I think Messi and them scored. They were up 3-2.
And France came back and tied, and then they went to shootouts. So
what a way to win, though. That was such an epic game.
I'm so glad that they beat France because, man, I was salty about them beating
seeing France beat Morocco too. I watched that game, and they did their thing.
Yeah, Morocco was only let them one goal.
That was another one that could have been a Cinderella team because you feel me? It was, and did they end up placing third? I think
Croatia. Croatia technically must have got third because
because they beat them in their play. Yeah. Exactly. So but man, bro, I'm glad I got to catch a few games this year.
Oh yeah,
because the last couple.
It's tough. It's in Qatar, so the timing differential was.
It's always it's in a country that's on the with the far east of the globe. So the time difference is even when the World Cup started, games in the group play games are starting at 2 a.m. our time. So that's hard to catch.
Oh yeah,
sure, exactly.
For sure. It's hard to get it more like that. I caught a few games luckily, and luckily the finals match was a little bit later and everything like that. But a classic duel, man. One we've been talking about for ages, man. Like I said, Mbappe, Messi. It's kind of like. Not a passing of the torch because Messi kept it, obviously won, but you definitely saw. If you didn't know Mbappe was, you definitely know now.
For sure.
He was a defending World Cup champion.
Yeah. So you should have known already what the deal was, but to see it with your own very two, to see him score the way he scored and make plays the way he did, captivating for sure. So
Messi
what better way to win it than a shootout? What better way to go out than a shootout? Like the ultimate,
he had to earn that. They had to earn that win. That was the defending champs. You feel me? You got to earn that, and they did. That's why it's such. It's so epic. Yeah, man. That's right.
So he got many accolades too. Got so many player awards during that time, and obviously the big one was winning it all. But Messi had an unbelievable run, crazy run. Kind of similar on a different scale, but like how Cooper Cup had that Triple Crown and then win it with the Super Bowl.
Right.
So he kind of, Aaron Judge trying to do the same thing too, get the MVP, home run title, and all that. So for him to wipe down every goal while in a tournament. Incredible.
Crazy. Did you guys see fucking Salt Bay down there harassing?
Oh man, I'm hearing about that. I didn't order no tomahawks. What is my boy?
That nigga was grabbing the World Cup trophy, doing this shit, all that. Give these players. He snatched it out the
Messi said, "That's my World Cup." Bitch.
Yeah, hold on, man. He's not even from Argentina. What are you doing?
He's not.
No, I don't think he is. He might be. I don't know.
Yeah, he's pretty dark skinned. Argentinians are pretty light. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. He got VIP access, man.
You can't be touching a goat like that, my boy. That's rude. You can't touch nobody like that. That's rude as fuck. And you don't got the sauce like that, bro.
He got the salt, but not the sauce.
He ain't got the sauce like that. He got the wrong S going.
Pop down. So he got the salt, but not the sauce.
I don't know how he made them credentials or who he paid off. I know he got bread, but man, let me get some backstage access going, man, to the World Cup. So
shit, hats off to Messi, man.
Yeah.
You gotta clap that one up for sure.
Yeah,
we'll drink to that for sure.
Yes, sir.
And obviously, Christmas right around the corner.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get right into these gifts that the NBA slated with us, man. Christmas Day schedule, we talked about it earlier in the season if y'all didn't catch that one, but the time is here now, So again, got some great games on slate. LA versus the Mavs. Luka playing crazy. LA not having the year, obviously, LA fans want them to have. A little banged up.
They're grinding.
I like it though. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Just because, like you said, it's a grind. Yep. And we not falling too far behind.
No,
we showed some good potential, but now fucking AD I don't know what's going on with AD. It could potentially be the rest of the season. I don't know.
I hope not. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
No,
yeah. He just needs a rest.
I think here it is with AD and everything like that. Laker fans got to give the guy a break. I mean, I feel like Laker fans are forcing this man to play hurt. You know, when he gets banged up, it's kind of like, oh man, here we go again. I mean, the guy gets hurt, you get hurt. I wouldn't want him playing on the court hurt, banged up.
And even with the sprain, like as an athlete, when you break something. It's much easier to come back from a break than it is a sprain because it heals within XYZ time frame. A sprain can linger on for years. If you don't rest, because a sprain you can't do anything. You can't have surgery on a sprain.
It's just time.
It's just time.
Especially on the foot where you're using the feet a lot in the post. And
exactly.
The game where you're running.
And so early in the season, we not even at the halfway point yet. So it's no need to
hit the panic button yet.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we're a deer in the headlights up there in the front office. I don't know what we're gonna do if we the Lakers don't seem like not to stick on the Lakers the whole time, but the Lakers don't seem like an organization that likes to rebuild. They like to go for it and
right. And that's the issue. I've been saying it for a while now too.
So we got those draft picks. You're gonna have to give something up.
At some point, we're gonna have to rebuild regardless. You can't just keep going past getting players a little bit past their prime and things like that. I mean, we got Kobe. We drafted him obviously with a trade, but we drafted the guy. I mean, got Shaq in a trade. We drafted Magic. You're gonna need good draft picks. I mean, because look at Boston right now. Boston drafted Jason Tatum, right? The Warriors drafted Steph. You feel me? Like, you're gonna need those key pieces in the draft at some point.
Right. But I mean, I being a Celtics fan, I'm not even losing hope in the Lakers because, like I said, I've seen the dog fighting them these past couple weeks.
Yeah. Some of the games we're losing, we're blowing a 12-point lead with 4 minutes on the clock. Shit like that. But like like you said, there's some fight in there. We're not just getting, besides Phoenix just running all over us. But other than that, there's been some good games.
Even the Lakers Celtics game, you guys were down 15 going to the fourth. You guys were up by 12, almost at the end of the fourth. We came back, eventually. But that just shows, like, you guys got the dog in the fight. You know what I'm saying?
We just need to clean up that 3-point. We need some guys
shooting
that can knock down
we need a guy that we don't. It's contagious as well, too. So we got to find a way to knock down shots. But, other games on play, too. I mean, Bucks and C's. Obviously, Celtics kind of on a skid right now, but the Bucks kind of... Yeah, it'll be a good game to get right.
That's what I'm saying. We're definitely on a skid right now, and like I was saying, previously, like I just hope that this is the skid. And you're always going to lose a game, game every once in a while. Hopefully, this is the skid we go through. Bucks, Christmas Day. I mean, that's a big game. We get right. I mean, Tatum's balling out of his mind.
Yeah, in the MVP conversation, clearly.
Jalen's balling out of his mind too, and Jalen's, in Tatum's shadow, in my opinion. And Jalen's doing as much, if not more, but he's doing just as much damage, in my opinion. Robert Williams just came back. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta put the puzzle together. But I feel like we'll do it. Mazzulla's not doing a bad job being a 34-year-old, a 35-year-old coach, coming off of all the controversy this past, offseason, all that with Udoka and all that. I think he's doing a hell of a job. They're going to get it right.
Yeah,
they're going to get it right.
Honestly, they could be the best team.
They've got the leadership. I mean, you still got Horford in there as a vet captain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like Tatum. He said, "You know what? I didn't play the best in the finals. He's like, now I got to be better." And I feel like Tatum is growing. The kid's only 24, 25. 24, 20. I think he just turned 25.
Right.
He's a kid still. You know what I'm saying? Jalen, he's doing what he's doing. Brogdon. I mean, man. We was talking about that a few episodes ago about how big of a pickup Brogdon was and now he's showing it. My man's playing off the bench and he should be starting. You know what I'm saying? But
But he's that spark off the bench.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. And then I mean, if Mark Smart gets hurt, you throw him in there, and it's like it's not like it's like if you didn't even lose Smart on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, offensively, at least.
Defensively, of course.
He commands the offense. You can tell how to run the offense. He's a true point guard in the sense.
Well, I mean,
I'm saying Brogdon. He's gonna get players involved. Right. He's gonna make the right read. He's gonna make the right play. He's not really gonna look for himself to score. He will score when the ball goes his way when he needs to score. You know what I'm saying?
And then defensively, you ain't going to replace the defensive player of the year.
Right. But offensively, though,
I think the Celtics.
That's going to be a game, bro.
Hell of a game.
Giannis is this, man.
Giannis is Giannis.
So hard to guard him. They can't guard him. You know what I mean?
You can't guard that man. You just got to hope he doesn't go off.
Especially when the jump shot is going on. You know what I'm saying?
And Middleton's still not right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's still,
He's trying to get back in the rhythm.
Right.
sure.
Back in the game
but
speed,
no, that's definitely going to be a good game.
Okay, what about this Philly in New York?
Oh, I'm loving it right now, man. New York is playing well with obviously.
I don't know about
Jalen Brunson and the boys over there. And
I know as of last night or the night before they were on an 8-game bender, so they're going in. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Philly's always going to be in the fight with Embiid. I mean, they ain't going nowhere. You got
dropping 50 pieces here.
That's what I'm saying. Almost a damn near a triple double. You know what I'm saying? Every night, you can guarantee that.
Yeah, Philly should get that. Really, I mean,
I think
they don't match up well. They don't have no way to guard.
Right.
I mean, hardly any team have any way to guard Embiid, but they don't really have that big. Randall's going to try his best to do it, but I see obviously. I know New York's on a win streak, but I think Philly can go in there.
Yeah, I think Philly goes in there and does it too.
And then Golden State and Memphis, man, we got shorted though with Steph being hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to see this game at its true potential, at its true value with Steph getting hurt like that. But obviously, Memphis and the boys, they don't care nothing about that.
Well, they don't care nothing. They're going to be rowdy as fuck.
Even better for us. We're going to go up there.
But even where Steph is playing on the road, they're not too hot this year.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
At home,
yeah.
They're
different story.
There's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Memphis, I mean, like Memphis is Memphis. Memphis.
And those are dogs for sure.
Yeah.
Like Durant, it's starting with him, and it goes down. He's a leader, obviously. And those guys are following.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Who you got your money on?
Oh, Memphis should get that one clearly.
For sure, step out.
Yeah.
But sometimes teams, you know, when they start, they step up. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Klay Thompson goes for 35, 40.
Exactly, and some crazy shit happens.
He's gonna need it to become 40 people. They want that to happen. You got
Wiggins, Jordan Poole, those guys.
I think Wiggins might be injured though.
Is he still out?
My shot. I haven't seen him in the lineup that much.
Wiggins is a dog.
Wiggins.
Man, I fuck with him, bro.
I hate him.
So with Golden State, they didn't. The thing with Draymond, they didn't re-sign Draymond, right? I think he fulfills his contract.
Yeah. So
and they signed the younger guys.
Right.
So they
Draymond, I mean, I feel like he's towards the end of his career, and he knows that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I think honestly he retires this next year or two. To be honest with you, I mean, think about it realistically. What else?
He still got some dog.
He does have some dog. He's a voice. He's a vet. He's a captain. You know what I'm saying? Not the captain, but he's a captain.
Here's where the issue lies: that he wants to get max player money. Max player nowadays are getting the bag crazy, and he's just not a max type of player. I mean,
not anymore. No,
I can't knock him out there like that. But he offensively, he doesn't really do much. He's just more of a tone setter with the pocket.
Hey, he's a
tone setter, but he doesn't really captivate. Defense, he plays well. He does things good, rebounds well, but. You know, you can't pay that guy max money. Even guys max money like the Morants, the Stephs, the Tatum. I mean, those guys that can take over a game.
Right.
Draymond's not going to take over a game.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. But no, a fun fact I saw the other night was like I couldn't even believe this. It was like I had to look it up. Fucking Draymond passed MJ in 3 points.
Right.
Like, bro.
That told you how much the game has changed.
Bro.
That told you how much the game has changed.
I had to rub my eyes. He passed MJ in 3-point shooting. I was like, damn.
I told you how much the game has changed, bro. Back then they were not chucking threes like that. MJ was a perimeter king inside the mid-range. That's where he made his mark. He had a game where he hit 6 threes in a row or something like that, but he was not like a 3-point.
No, he wasn't a 3-point goal.
That was more Reggie's game.
Right.
After Reggie,
all day.
You get the Ray Allens in there, you get the Stojakovic's in there, and then the game was transformed from less of a big man pick and roll in the key game, 2-man to I'm just gonna let it fly. So game has changed a lot.
But when I saw that, I was like, damn, I couldn't believe that shit.
That's funny.
It's a wild fact, you know. What I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Yeah. Crazy.
Who would think, right? But like you said, his game was definitely mid range. Like even Kobe, would knock down the fucking 3, but I don't think that's where his game was based at. You feel me? That mid range was always deadly. That fadeaway and shit.
Kobe was just all around.
He just
did anything that man did was good.
He just did it all.
He took all of MJ's game and like I said, he elevated it in a way. He added a 3-point shot. He's like, well, MJ really didn't do this well, so let me at least. I can get that 1 tier above him by doing that.
Right, exactly.
Didn't do that well. I think Kobe had the record for a while. I think 12 made threes in the game.
For a minute.
Against Seattle, if I'm mistaken. But
wait, who broke it? Curry broke that, right?
Curry broke it.
Curry had it too.
Klay Thompson up there too. Klay Thompson had things too. So. Yeah, man.
I remember I was pissed when he did that, but who else was going to do it?
Records are meant to be broken, I guess, so to speak. No, I don't know if anybody's going to break that Will record. Kobe was up there. No one's going to break 81, I don't think, either. They might get close with the way the scoring is. And then lastly, we got Suns in Denver, man. Suns are playing well. D-Book's playing pretty good. And you got Jokic, too. Denver's playing good. Jokic and Murray, if they can stay healthy. Jokic is just, man, one of those marbles. If you want to watch good basketball, fundamental basketball, especially from a big perspective and seeing how the game is compared to how a guard is, I mean, Jokic is just a guard in a big body.
Role model is the prime example.
Yeah, makes great plays, great reads on offense, can post up, can shoot, can pass with like finesse. I mean, the guy does it all. So that's going to be a treat for sure. Watching Jokic.
Yeah, Christmas Day is going off. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm like. I mean, of course, got the kiddos. You know, that's all
right.
Hey, but honestly, right after that shit's done, basketball time.
Oh yeah, you got the games on in the background.
Yeah,
they took over. Christmas is definitely an NBA thing. Some NFL slates are on there too, obviously. But NBA is definitely.
That's what I'm watching.
Yeah,
that's all.
NFL
Thanksgiving. Right, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Christmas days for basketball for sure.
Yep.
But so who's playing? Because there is going to be...
some NFL games?
Is there?
I think the Cowboys might be playing. The Eagles probably think that day.
Yeah.
I think Saturday games, the Vikings obviously.
That's going to be... there's some Saturday and some Sunday.
So, because Christmas falls on a Sunday this year, so they definitely want to give some team that gets a chance to spend time with their family, rightfully so.
A good sports day for sure.
Oh, yeah. Christmas is going up. Probably some hockey going on. It's going to be a full slate of things
hockey, hockey, it's a rule where they get Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, they get all that off. So they get that three-day break, and then they come back the day after.
Spend time with the family, man. That's what it's all about. All these stores out there, too, need to be closed on Christmas. Let people spend time with their families, man. You know what I'm saying? That needs to be open. Let's get the sports going.
Pizza guys get the day.
That's crazy. And that day's probably flooded. That's why it is.
I'll be ordering,
bro. It's going to be us.
Let Gambino go home already, man. You got him out there flipping pizzas at 7 o'clock, man.
Come on, man.
You know, you do the extras of the holidays and shit, all the bullshit.
Cook your shit at home.
Yeah, man.
So switching sports real quick, man. We got this MLB free agency, man.
It's been pretty interesting, bro.
It's going crazy, man. I mean, Correa does that flip right. One day he signed with San Fran, the Giants. Right?
Well, no, bro. He was supposed to have his press conference with San Fran, so I'm in my bed tucked away. You know what I'm saying? I wake up for work like at 5 a.m. And my boy Will hits me. He's like, "Bro, did you see this shit?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I look, I'm like, "No way." Correa literally jumped ship at 2 a.m. Our time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went from being a Giant to a Met, like snap of a finger.
From coast to coast,
coast to coast.
And you know what? That's good for the Mets, bro.
That's looking like
amazing.
Mets are going all in. They obviously got Scherzer still, and whether they get Verlander, right?
Yeah, they got
so.
Verlander.
Yes, I'm looking at
it. Edwin Diaz, bro. They spent, I forgot how.
300 something.
Like 300 something. 800. Yeah, they spent 800
almost $1 billion
in the offseason alone,
insane.
bro.
Their payroll is probably more than like half.
They're $111 million over the luxury tax with all these signings, so they better go get a ring now. I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna do it, but they spent almost $1 billion damn near. So you better go get a fucking ring. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only way.
You have to. You have to.
That's the only way it's gonna, like I said, pan out and make you pay for it. Like,
you lose DeGrom, but you get Verlander. You know what I'm saying? I mean, DeGrom's younger, but I mean Verlander, the way he's pitching right now.
Yeah, Cy Young might get another Cy Young, right?
He pitched a 1.75 ERA for a 39-year-old man to pitch a 1.75 ERA.
Still got something in the tank.
That's some Nolan Ryan shit.
Man.
Off top. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now, think about it, Scherzer and Verlander are back together because they were the duo in Detroit, many moons ago.
Yep.
You got that duo back. Whoo, man. That's scary.
Mets trying to get it done.
But what's crazy is Correa's a shortstop. Lindor, you already got a Hall of Fame shortstop there. So you ain't gonna, Lindor's not gonna move to second. You're gonna put Correa's a big boy. So you know what? In my opinion, they're gonna do the same thing as what the Yankees did with A-Rod. Instead, Jim, you ain't gonna take over for Derek Jeter. You're gonna put the boy in third.
Right.
Correa, in my opinion, is physically built to play third. He's built like A-Rod.
Kind of bigger stature,
being that good, being an elite player like that, you'll adjust.
He has some good fielding hands too, right?
Oh, bro, Correa is the beast.
Yeah. So.
Where do they go from here?
I mean, the World Series are bust for those guys. I mean, the payroll, they got to win the World Series. I mean, you got to make a deep run, but this year, didn't they even get bounced right? Didn't they go from potentially having the 1 seed, and then they lose?
They got bounced by the potties.
Yeah.
The potties bounced them.
So, yeah, they definitely, that's why they went
I honestly have you guys could look at a few podcasts ago, and I think I had the Mets almost going all the way, if not all the way. Fact check me on that.
Yep. Go back and see that one. Yeah.
Remember, but even last season, you spoke very highly about the Nets. About the Mets.
Yes, you got DeGrom back. He was healthy. You got Scherzer in the mix. I mean, even before all these signings, they still had a fucking squad. You know what I'm saying? You still got the polar bear and Pete Alonso.
Man,
bro, you got Alonso and Correa in the same fucking lineup now, bro. Oh my god,
it's gonna be hard to pitch around that one for sure.
Oh my god.
And Philly made some moves too, though. Philly made some moves. Trey Turner over there. We go with Bryce Harper.
And you know what? So Correa was supposed to go to San Francisco.
Yes.
And they fumbled that?
So what happened was this Correa failed his physical the day he was supposed to go to his press conference. So right after he failed his physical, like literally 12 hours after that, boy went to the Mets. He said, "Fuck y'all, fuck this physical."
What kind of physical they gonna give him over there in New York then? No Philly?
Come on, bro.
No busy, get busy. Don't even worry about it.
No busy.
Get busy.
Push a little bit, come this way. It's okay, we'll cover it up.
So
don't even worry about it.
Made some splash. We got obviously Trey Turner going to Philly. I like that, man. I wanted Philly to get it done. Obviously, not a lot of people rooting for the Astros with the whole cheating scandal, but he's gonna make them a better team, obviously, for sure.
Oh, dog. Trey Turner's a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Beast. Yeah, that's King slide, right? He be sliding all crucial. Super smooth with the slide. Dodgers over there clearing house, man.
For sure.
You gotta think about it. They're in the same. Well, they were in the same position as the Mets are right now, being over the luxury tag and all that. With all these signings that they've done these past years, so they don't have the cap, and they don't. I feel like they just don't have the. I mean, they got money. But now they've got to start clearing house to get cap space to re-sign other players. You know what I'm saying? That's just the name of the game.
Yep.
So they'll still be good. They'll still be in contention.
Now, didn't San Diego sign somebody as well?
Bro, San Diego. That's the other big sign. Bro, they got Xander Bogie. Like I was depressed. I named my son after this guy. You know what I'm saying? I literally named my son after this guy, and to see him go to the potties.
You hear that, Xander Bogart? You hear that, man? You need to show up to Xander's birthday party coming up soon, man. Whenever his birthday party is,
give my boy a shout out, man.
Xander.
It's all right. It's all good.
It's a business. It's a business.
You bought me 2 rings. I can't. I show nothing but love for you. But bro, but the reason the Sox didn't sign him, and you got to think about it, he wanted a max contract. So the Potty signed him for 11 years, $250 million. The Red Sox weren't going to do that.
No.
Not with a 30-year-old. Because think about it, 11-year contract. You're 41. I think there's a no trade clause. So he signed until he's 41. You don't do that with a 30-year-old. I'm sorry.
You can't.
It don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Exactly.
And he's probably not gonna stay in San Diego for those 10 years anyway.
That's a young deal.
We have no idea what's gonna happen 3,605 days from now, but yeah.
Who else did the Potty sign? The Potty. There's another good pickup that they had.
Well, they've been having from the Nationals, right? They got
Juan Soto now.
So now this needs they need
Clevinger
come back.
Clevinger wasn't really an X factor in my opinion. He went to Chicago.
Well, you got the big three over there. You got Tatis, you got Machado, and you got Soto, and
you still got
Xander now.
You still got Blake Snell. I mean, you still got Darvish. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They made some nice noise. They just ran into the Phillies and have to go to the World Series.
Yep. No, damn. 10 hours ago. They signed Seth Lugo.
Oh yeah. That's like a bench player type of sign.
Bench player, Matt Carpenter.
Bro, they got Matt Carpenter. Bro.
Someone else there for sure. See,
Matt Carpenter had a comeback player of the year, in my opinion, last year.
And he was coming from Yankees, right?
Yeah, he's coming from the Yankees. Yeah. So I mean, that's going to be a bat off the bench right there. I mean, their potties are going to be solid. Honestly, I feel like it's the downfall of the Dodgers and the uprise of the Padres in NL West.
They said the Dodgers fumbled both of those.
Exactly, bro. I mean,
Dodgers are trying to save up for Shohei. So that's what I'm hearing. Trying to save up for Shohei.
It's not.
Taxis go to the Yanks.
Did it stop recording? No, we good. It's still recording. Cool.
But free agency. I mean, the Yankees. I mean. They got Carlos Rodon. That's a potential Cy Young winner. I mean, you put that in the lineup. Now you got Garrett Cole. You got Rodon. You got Severino. I mean, that's a big three right there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they re-signed Judge.
Judge obviously
that was the biggest objective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, you don't let that one go. And then on top of that, after just a couple days ago, Capitan was it 16th captain of the Yankee history? Ain't no captain been there since Derek Jeter. So
that's major.
Yikes. Yankees are always gonna be right there. They're gonna be there the next. My Red Sox ain't gonna do shit these next years. Shane Bloom, I don't know what you're doing out there, man. But I don't know if you a spy for the Yankees or if you a spy for the Rays, but you giving everyone away. You ain't signing no one. What's going on, Shane Blue?
Yeah,
it's a big
market.
You got a small boy market and a big boy market team. You need to switch this up, man. Do something. Coming from my heart. Help me out.
Help us out over here, man. But that was it for that MLB free agency, man. Some big moves, some big splashes.
It's gonna be a great season, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm already looking forward to it, man. Baseball spring training comes around. It's fun.
We gotta catch some of those games, like we talked about too. I know we spoke about it on the podcast a couple times about the vlogs and everything we about to do. 2023, we doing all that. You feel me? Maybe catch a spring game or something.
Oh, get ready for the March Madness too, man. We went there last year. We didn't get to shoot this at a T.O.N.E yet, but yeah, like McDuff's talking about, man, we're gonna be at a lot more events, a lot more sporting events. Super Bowl is local this year too in Arizona. I mean, ain't no telling. You guys
might even see our first vlog in here in 2 weeks because Boston Bruins coming to town. We do a West Coast swing, so you might see us at the hockey game here in a few weeks.
Yeah, man, stay tuned.
All is calm, all is bright, silent night. The way I live life every day is a gift. You say you need some joy, I am here to assist. Lean on me, I can give you a lift. You number one every time on my list. I feel just like Santa with the reindeer. Real relaxed, baby, can we stay here? You got me in the mood, let's deck the halls. Anytime you need me, girl, you can call. We in the log cabin with the fire burning. Every time I link with you, I get a higher learning. On the late night vibing in the snow, telling different.
Be right back on Set the Tone. You feel me?
Back to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to the Set the Tone podcast, sports podcast. You feel me? Here on the No Pressure Network. You know what I'm saying? Just had to take a brief intermission. You know what I'm saying? Restroom break and all that. I hope you guys enjoyed the new commercial right there. That's the album that just came out. The Reverend Saints Christmas. You know what I'm saying? That's with me and all the guys. You feel me? So I hope you guys go peep that. You know what I'm saying? But yo. It's the Set the Tone sports podcast.
Set the Tone, man. You already know what to do.
Ruby Graves in the cut.
Ruby Graves, Tanner B, you know what it is, man. You already know what's going on, man. We set the tone non-stop with it. Let's get it, man.
Non-stop. We back. And you know what? Before we even get into it, I'm really once again excited for next year. You guys make sure you guys spread the word. You feel me? You know, and I hope you guys whatever there is you guys want to, feel free to comment. Like, if you guys want some more vlogs, you want longer episodes, like, you want more clips, like, let us know what you guys rocking with. Because, like I said, this is the 5th episode. The sky's the limit, you know, and we want to be more interactive with the people watching, you feel me? So, you know, feel free to get at us. If you disagree with something in the comments, you feel me, go ahead and speak up. You know what I'm saying? Feel free. You know, we really trying to spark this debate.
We need your guys' help, because without you guys, we are nothing. So we need your input. We need your feedback. Whether you disagree or you agree, we need all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
This is a podcast for y'all, you know what I'm saying? So we want your guys' opinion. We're all sports fans. We all don't agree with each other on a lot of things. So we need y'all to chime in, subscribe, of course. Give us some feedback. Let us know how we doing.
Absolutely,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yep.
So, hey, let's jump in. Let's jump into some hockey. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take this one off the dome. You know what I'm saying? Man, hockey. I mean, for me especially, the Bruins still the number one team in the NHL to this day right now. You know what I'm saying? Bro, we went 14-0 at home. We broke an NHL record.
They hot on the ice. Hot on the ice.
Especially at home. You know what I'm saying? I believe we're 25-4-2 right now. We're the 4th team in NHL history to reach the 50-point mark at like 25 games in the season.
54 points.
50 points, bro. So the last team.
You guys are at 54 right now.
54. That's what I'm saying. We broke the 50 mark.
Already.
So the last team to do that was the Chicago Blackhawks in 2012-2013, and they went on to win the Stanley Cup against guess who? The Bruins. So I think a lot of people think that the Bruins got something special brewing, and we can definitely do something this year. Bergeron, El Capitan, signed the 1-year contract to come back. We got David Krejci back, from his home country. He's a vet. He's been with the Bruins his whole career. So, I mean, not just being a Bruins fan, I'm not trying to be biased or anything like that, but we got something special brewing, my boy. I really do think that if we stay healthy and we keep playing consistent like we are, I feel like
we can hoist that thing at the end. Huh?
I feel like we can hoist that Stanley Cup, and God willing, we do it. But now there's a lot of other hockey teams going way past people's expectations. The New Jersey Devils, bro. I mean, woo, they were
22-9.
Bro, they were not supposed to have this type of season, bro. They were supposed to, be kind of in the rebuild. I mean, they got some young guns. They got Jack Hughes in there. They signed Palat, but Palat hasn't even been playing this season because of injury. But man, they just got some young studs, and they're putting it together. I mean, they were on like a 12-game winning streak this year. I mean, they're in a little slump right now, but they're only like 6 points behind the Bruins for top seed in the NHL.
They're at 46 right now.
Yeah,
right. So Hurricanes are actually at 48.
So, you're right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so Hurricanes are 48. Toronto's creeping up on us, you know what I'm saying? But we've got like 2 or 3 games in hand on all of those teams, which means we played 3 games less than all these teams. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So hockey's been beautiful. I mean that's just talking high level East Coast, West Coast hockey.
Kings still in the mix.
Kings are in the mix. Kings are definitely in the mix. I think they're second in the Pacific Division right now.
Nice.
They came to Boston last week. Beat us in a shootout. I'm really pissed about that still, but it is what it is. Bruins come out in 2 weeks. We're going to do this.
Okay, red store.
We're going to tap the West Coast dash. Hopefully.
Be on the lookout for that vlog for real, man. We're going to pull up.
I know we mentioned a few episodes ago, we're going to start doing some live vlogging. So about 2 weeks, be on the lookout for some Instagram lives from all 3 of our pages, you know what I'm saying? So you're probably going to see some live vlogging from that game. And you know how your boy gets when Boston comes.
You know what you in tune for.
You know how your boy gets when Boston comes.
You never know. You never know.
Definitely the Kings are definitely in the mix. Ducks, they're in a rebuild. They're not going to make the playoffs.
Quack,
the Knights, bro. The Knights. I mean, they already had a good team, but what's crazy is I've talked about it a few episodes ago. We fired Bruce Cassidy, which was our coach for the past 5 years, or was our coach for the past 5 years. Took us to the Stanley Cup Final, Game 7. We fired him, which was like an unexpected move, and I was tripping out. I was pretty pissed about it. Now I'm not because Montgomery's come in and done his thing.
Yeah, right.
But the Knights are the best team in the West right now. You know what I'm saying? They beat us. They came to Boston.
And they've been there before too. They won it all before.
They've been there before. You know what I'm saying? They've been all the way to the final. They should have went to the finals twice. I mean, there was some fluke calls a few years ago in the playoffs against the Sharks, against San Jose. If that didn't happen, it could have swung their way. You know what I'm saying? So. No, the Knights are looking good. Winnipeg's looking good. Boston just beat them tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
there it is.
We taking the top teams, but no, I mean collectively, it's been a really good start to the NHL season. And the timeline for NHL follows the same timeline as basketball.
Oh, really? How many games? So they play 82? About 82? Oh, whoa.
It's literally
all the same time too.
Yeah. And the playoffs for the same time too. So, West Coast, Calgary. They were heavily favored to do a lot just because of all the offseason acquisitions they had. They got Nazem Kadri coming from Colorado, being the Stanley Cup champions, and Kadri actually last year kind of propelled them the first half of the season because of their injuries and ended up helping them win a Stanley Cup. And hey, I'm gonna touch on Colorado for a second. The defending Stanley Cup champs, they're not doing so hot right now, but. Nate McKinnon's out. That's honestly probably the best player in hockey right now. I mean, he's out. He's been out for the past 2 weeks. He's going to be out for the next couple of weeks. He's out. Landeskog's been out the whole year because he had off-season surgery. He'll probably come back, January, February. We'll see what happens. So I'm not down the Avalanche. They're the defending champs.
Right, you can't knock them
They're not healthy.
Until they're out, they're not out. Right.
They're not out. So exactly, and they're not healthy. So when they do get their pieces back. They're going to make a push. And
they're 18-11 right now.
That's what I'm saying, and that's not bad for having.
It's not bad.
For having your captain, Landeskog's a captain. Nate McKinnon is the best player in the world. So to have those 2 players out, I mean, and they've got more injuries on top of that, but just to have those 2 players out. To be 18 and 11,
still be in the race a little bit. You're in the mix for sure. You can turn it up.
All-Star break hasn't even hit yet, so
that's when things change for teams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with basketball. After the All-Star break is when the season really starts. You know what I'm saying? So no. Who else we got in the West? I think I touched on pretty much everybody that's doing solid.
I think you filled us in, man, to the NHL, man. We appreciate that because the hockey is definitely a sport that needs some more notoriety.
Oh, definitely. And I mean the Chicago Blackhawks. I mean the past few years, they've been going through a rebuild, but they They were the team of the mid 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Three cups.
Oh,
in 5 years.
For sure.
Niggas always wear Blackhawks jerseys. They don't know nothing about hockey, but wear Blackhawks jerseys.
They love that logo.
So there's a lot of talk about Patrick Kane and Johnny Taves fucking going, somewhere else. I mean, those are
Patrick Kane's a household name. I know who that man is.
That's your core right there. But it's. Do you make or break? Do you save the vets and then try to rebuild, which you've already been kind of do these past few years?
Do you get a long? Do you just get
because what it boils down to in a rebuild, you trade those type of players and you get tons of first round draft picks, draft picks, a couple players that slot in every cash. You know what I'm saying? So no, it's going to be a good second half of the season here. I'm excited and. Shit, let's go Bruins, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Quack on this side, but
hopefully the Kings can do something.
For sure.
Hopefully for sure. Yeah, man. So be on the lookout for that vlog though. That's for sure.
All right, man. So we're going from the ice to the field.
Ice to the grass.
To the ice to the grass. Yeah, to the gridiron, man. What a wild weekend it was this past NFL.
Woo!
I mean,
can we just clap it up?
Clap it up. It's been a wild game,
man. Some good fucking football the last couple weeks. And
shout out to the Vikings for starting it off in such a wild fashion, man. That kicked everything off. You already know the deal. Largest comeback in NFL history. My squad is a part of that. We enshrine for that, man. You know what I mean? So, just what a game, man. Being down 33-0. If you see my story, I said it all. I still believe that we can come back and win this thing because, the fans shouldn't give up. The Vikings always fight. We always going to fight to the end, too. You know what I mean? So, they did not give up,
33-0.
33-0, man. I mean, it was Murphy's Law that first half. Whatever could go wrong, went wrong, man. Block pump for a TD, pick six for a TD. We had like a few fumble returns for a TD that they called back. I mean, it was just, nothing could go right for us, man. That's why it's a game of two halves. We came out the second half, started chipping away. That's how you do it, chip away.
You blanked them.
We blanked. They scored. I think they scored 3 of them scoring 3 points. I think it was.
Oh, okay.
So even then, though, on the 3, we scored 5 touchdowns. It was an all-around collective team effort, man. Osborne had 150 and a touchdown. JJ, what he does, had a tug, I think, in there. Thielen had a tug. I think Hawkinson even scored on a 2-point conversion. He helped us out. Dalvin Cook broke one for that big screen. Play calling was on point. Defense showed up that second half. I mean, if we play like we did in the second half, defense and on offense collectively, we can definitely make some noise. And it's just what a way to start off the weekend. A wild weekend it was.
Bro. Like, come on, bro. From the first episode, could you predict a season like this coming from the Vikings? I know this is your team, but like every week, every episode, we like, damn, nigga.
I didn't predict this. I didn't know they'd be good. I didn't know they'd be this good.
And you were real modest, like, my Vikings.
Well, you have to be.
You never know. Yeah, you don't want to be too high. Even right now, you don't want to be too high. That's the way. I think that's the way the Vikings fan base is as a whole in general is too. We're kind of under the radar a little bit. We don't really want to speak too soon because we've been through so much heartbreak. So that's how I am. I'm hopeful and I'm obviously want us to do a good thing, and I'm hoping we can make a Super Bowl run. But there's still some teams out there that we got to go through. Niners defense.
But what I preach though is like. You guys have been down in a few games this year. I mean, and
you've seen a bunch. I mean,
you guys weren't. I mean, Buffalo. I mean, just what happened last week. You guys weren't supposed to win those games.
The Lions game, not last week, but a few weeks ago, earlier in the season.
You guys weren't supposed to win those games, and to come back and win those games.
Washington, another game.
That just shows the camaraderie of your teammates.
That
I mean, that just shows the heart that you have to come back in those situations. I mean, 33-0. You're throwing in
both teams folded in.
You're throwing in the towel. You say, fuck it. No. I mean, those are the types of games that show the character to each other on the team.
Yep.
And that's honestly, going into the playoffs, what makes you never out of it. Never out of it.
That's
never out of it.
Talk. That's chip talk.
Think about it. We got
that Cinderella effect to us right now.
You guys did against Buffalo. Buffalo was projected to go to the Super Bowl. You guys came back against Buffalo and did
4th and 18, baby. You know the deal.
So now you guys are just like, say you're in a dogfight in the playoffs, say you're down. Ain't no stress. You guys grab your cojones and you're gonna fucking, you're gonna prevail.
And shout out to Kirk for that, man, because a lot of times Kirk gets a bad rep. He's right now, I think he's leading the league in fourth quarter comeback for like 7 or 8 of them things. You know what I'm saying? Kirk always got a bad rep, but the guy hangs in there. He stays in the pocket. He takes those big hits. He gets back up. O-line's playing well. I mean, Kirk's scrambling for first downs when he can.
Like that?
He's you like that? I mean, he's doing everything he can right now, man. I'm in love with what I see from our team. Like Tyler talked about, the biggest thing is there's no quit in us. we're gonna fight to that freaking last whistle goes off, to the last horn sounds. And as a fan and even as a player, you can't ask for much more from a team that just always gonna fight to the very end. You know what I'm saying? 33-0. I mean, that's even almost impossible to do on Madden. Like, to do that against a team, it just shows how much fight we have, man. And it was exciting to see that kick off. And then that nightcap that same Saturday was Buffalo and Miami. That was another great game in the snow. Great playoff preview. Unfortunately, like, there's some other games too. We won't really mention the Patriots Raiders game. That one. We got Dallas.
It was the first couple episodes. I was real quiet up here. You know what I'm saying? Because we started off 0-3. You know what I'm saying? But we picked it up. You feel me? With a good Denver win. We went 3 in a row. Denver, Seattle, and Chargers. Right? We took that loss recently to the Rams, but coming into the Pats game, you know what?
Minus the Rams game and the Cardinals game, those are games y'all should have won, and those both. Now you go from 6-8 to now 8-6. You're throwing the Ravens and Chiefs game. You guys are like a 10-4 football team. Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you know, you guys are there. You guys have the pieces. You guys just weren't able to close games. How kind of like the Vikings were a year previous, where it's like we have all the pieces there, we just couldn't close out.
Exactly, 30-24.
Last
you know,
week was supposed to go to goddamn overtime game.
They Bobby Boucher
Bobby Boucher here. He said, "Here, take the game."
And then not only that, threw the ball, got smacked. Then they got the ball, and Matt got leveled.
No, and then Matt just sitting there like a deer in the headlights, and turning to us says, "Get down, boy."
Yeah, that was tough.
I was flabbergasted. Like, that's literally the word that comes to mind. I was so pissed off that I had no words. Like, and I couldn't even be mad about it because it was so stupid. It was like
so stunning.
And hands up to y'all. Hands up to y'all.
Hey, you know what? You know what?
Can't talk shit.
And you know, I saw you guys going up. You know, shout out Willie. Welcome back home, my guy. I saw y'all going
Willie.
up. You feel me?
Willie.
Yeah, you know, shout out to the homie, man.
Hey, what's crazy is a fun fact. Belichick's like 1-6 and 1-7 against his old assistants.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What's up? What's going on, Billy? I know you're the greatest of all time, but you gotta stop giving all your fucking all your game to all these motherfuckers because they're
gone now, man. It's over with now at that point. But yeah, I mean, what a wild week it was. I think it's gonna give us a preview of what the wild card weekend and playoffs is gonna be. How it was last year, you know what I mean?
I feel like usually you got your Chiefs past few years. NFC's always been Niners, Rams, but I feel like this year's kind of a toss-up in a sense. It's a lot more. The playing field is a lot more level this year than it ever has been in a long time.
I just read a stat too. It said like 20-something teams, 23 teams still alive with.
Bro, the whole NFC East is in it, and usually the NFC East is like the shittiest division in football, and they're all like over 500 still.
They are what we thought the AFC West was gonna be.
Right, exactly.
You know, like a slugfest, duel it out. They showed up.
Yeah,
all four.
They really are.
All four were in it.
Hey, and I can't cap here. I mean, our first episode was talking about preseason football, and I had the Broncos doing some fucking.
Oh yeah, I had them as high as the Super Bowl, man. I'm looking like a doofus right now, but that's what happens. Sometimes you just don't see things happening, see things coming. Russell Wilson had a horrible year this year. It's not all on him either, It's just offensive coordinator, head coach.
New team.
Exactly.
You can't call it,
I mean, they did come back against the Chiefs, 2 weeks ago? They didn't win, of course, but they were down like 28-0, and game ended up being,
I think they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out next year, but they need more pieces. Yeah. Their receivers talking too much head to Russ is just too much.
You can't just blame him. You can't just blame him. These guys are dropping the rock.
Yeah, right. Collectively, their defense is solid. They got their offense. What was the stat a few weeks ago?
I was gonna tell you.
If they would have scored more than 18 points in like 6 or 7 games, they would have been like 8-2 or some shit like that.
Something crazy.
That's crazy, right? I know. I see it look like his face.
If you would have put just 18 points, that's
it. That's like 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns and a footy.
That's crazy. I mean, so right now the seeding as it is, if the playoffs ended this week, obviously we know they're not. But if they did, these are the matchups that we're looking at. You got one season in both conferences. You got Buffalo and Philly. I mean, Buffalo took it away from the Chiefs. Chiefs are gonna have to battle. I hope it stays like this because you got the 7-2 matchups. You got Miami versus Kansas City. Tyreek Hill playing against his old team. I mean, that is making
I think the fans
don't overlook Miami. They'll shock you.
Oh yeah, they'll put some points up.
It will shock you.
And Kansas City's defense is not that great.
It's not what it's been in the past.
So that one will be a shootout. And on the NFC side, you got a 7-2 matchup. You got Washington and Minnesota. We played them in the regular season. That was a great game. Kirko came back that game, had to come back. Defense stood up, so that'll be a good matchup. 6-3, pretty intriguing too. Got Chargers and the Bengals.
Cincy's on a roll right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Dick Joe's doing Big Dick Joe shit.
Big Dick Joe.
Playing right at the right time.
I mean,
what you want.
he's always had that. He's had that receiving course since last year, but like you said, they're getting hot. They had a slow start to the season, but they're 6 or 7 in a row wins.
Yeah.
They're getting hot at the right time.
When
Bill
you want to,
Belichick's
right.
always said that December football is when real football starts. You know what I'm saying? So they're playing real football and they're winning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I'll be intriguing for sure. That'll be a good matchup.
I think the Chargers.
I don't see the Chargers doing
They're
that.
I think they're too banged up still.
Yeah.
They're barely winning right now their games.
Right.
So I don't see them beating Cincy.
Yeah, Cincy's is proven. They seen that last year. And then you got obviously Giants in San Francisco. That's gonna be a whaler. I mean, San Fran's
been through so much this past year, bro. I mean, and just to be in the position they're in, they're the first team in the whole NFL to win a division.
Yep.
I mean,
defense wins championships, and that defense is lights out.
They are lights out.
Especially in the second half.
They're lights out.
So Vikings have a better record than them, but they're creeping right on our coattail.
I
11-3, my God.
I was like, damn. All hope's lost for the Niners, but no. I mean, Brock, he stood his ground. I mean, the kid's doing his work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's able to. I mean, the offense is kind of tailored to not any quarterback.
And then Debo too. Debo's down. Thank God. I mean, honestly, I'm a Debo fan, but I was really sad that when he got carted off the field.
Right,
when a player gets carted off the field and they're crying, that's usually a bad sign. A torn ACL, something season ending.
Yeah.
Thank God. It's like a 5-weeker. It was like a grade 2 sprain, which is pretty severe still.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
He'll be back for the playoffs, and I mean that's a weapon you need. I mean.
Oh yeah. Back to your point about the offense. I mean, it's a quarterback. I'm not saying any quarterback can play in that offense, but it's catered to just someone that can just kind of dink and dunk, throw it. You got to just be accurate with the ball.
Right.
Give it to your playmakers like Debo. Obviously he's there, but. Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, McCaffrey, you give it to those guys and let those guys turn.
And then McCaffrey,
do their thing.
McCaffrey got a new life. He's juiced again. I mean, I've been watching him play ever since he got traded. That man looks like. Well,
he's always played hard.
He's always played hard. He's had his injuries, but McCaffrey is dogging right now.
And now you have in that offense, a plug and play like that. I mean,
and then Shanahan's a great football mind. You know what I'm saying? He plugs it together. You know what I'm saying?
A guru. 5-4 match is pretty intriguing too, man. Baltimore and Tennessee, kind of like a rivalry, so to speak. I've seen
they both had a very inconsistent year, in my opinion.
Right. Tennessee's not looking good. I think Tannehill is out right now with
Tannehill's done for the season.
If he's done for the season, then that's Baltimore all the way.
Baltimore. But even then, so Baltimore's
Jags. I tell you what, Jags will probably be in the place of Tennessee.
The Jags are creeping.
They won tonight. They beat the Jets 19-3. They will probably creep into that spot where Tennessee.
And see, what's crazy is
you know what? That's very possible, bro.
They're right there.
Look at that whole program from what happened last year with Urban Meyer, all that shit that was going on.
Oh, right.
And then to get, was it Doug Peterson?
Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson in there, a former NFL champion.
Yep.
I mean, he knows what it takes to win.
Exactly.
Of course, he doesn't.
Culture change.
And he doesn't have a great team. I mean, they're good, but they're not great.
Yeah, Terrell Owens only in his third year, if that, or second year.
Yeah, exactly. So to have them in playoff contention now is it's a 360 turnaround.
Right.
In my opinion.
It shows you kind of how the Vikings were too. It's coaching means a lot. Maybe you get the right coaching in. Now we're 11-3. Last year we were like a 7-8-1 ball club or something like that. Or
the Jags just took out the Jets. I mean, so they're creeping.
Yeah. Coaching means a lot.
Leadership.
You need leadership in the right places, and obviously the Jags have done it right with hiring Doug Peterson, like I said, former Super Bowl coach, and then obviously we get Kevin O'Connell, who's an offensive guru over there with the Rams, and so coaching means a lot, man.
Oh yeah.
You think they'll take that spot from the Titans?
I think they do.
I think they do.
Tannehill ain't playing.
Tannehill's out.
No knock on Malik Willis. He's just he already had pressure on him from the get go, being a quarterback pick for a team. But then now you put him in a position where it's like, now the playoffs are on the line, and you haven't played all season, and we need you to play the last 2 weeks. Kind of like you're asking a lot from the kid, you know.
Right.
So I hope he can do it. I hope he can ball out, but it just we'll have to wait and see. I think Jaguars.
And then we got a potential Dallas and Tampa matchup.
If Tampa gets in, do not discount them, man. I don't care what anybody said about their record, nothing like that. Tom Brady
you can't ever count him.
Is a proven winner. I mean, the man has 7 Super Bowl rings for a reason, and he almost came back against the Rams last year in the postseason. He came back 17-3 this season.
Last year.
You'd be idiotic to count a team like that out.
The Cowboys have been doing their thing.
They have.
Yeah, and defensively,
I'm not really a big Cowboys guy.
Me neither. But I gotta give respect where respect's given. I mean, they even changed their whole backfield up. I mean, Zeke, in my opinion, isn't the number one anymore. Pollard is, but Zeke's gonna, you're gonna put him in there on goal line. He's gonna stuff it in.
That's definitely a true definition of a split backfield right there.
And their defense is solid. I mean,
Michael Parsons doing his thing. You got Trayvon Diggs, and you got, I think, a few Van Der Esch still in the linebacker position. You got a few good pass rushers on that end. There. Defensively, that's where they hang.
Only thing with the Cowboys, in my opinion, is they've always been in kind of this position this past few years where they have had a great record going to the playoffs, and then they flop in the playoffs. So it's up to them. Yeah. The keys in their hands. In my opinion.
I think Minnesota has about the same amount of wins they have in the recent postseason. I mean, we beat the Saints that one year, and we beat the Saints the other year, NFC title games, good title games. So interesting to see how this NFL season is going to close out, man. Like you said, so many teams still up for grabs.
I'm saying it's just barely getting cracking. I feel like this is, you said, real football.
These next few weeks is when it
really counts, too. Because I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, like...
3 games left, pretty much.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these teams, like, the Raiders and Chargers. The Chargers are 8-6, right? The Raiders are 6-8, but we got the Steelers in there. You know what I'm saying?
Not playing too well.
They're not playing too well, and that should be a dub. You feel me?
Yeah.
But that should be a dub. Like so, I'm curious to see what some of these teams do. But what happened with the Texans this year, man? They just didn't.
They say
they not gonna die. We're not gonna not talk about it. they with a record like
them boys playing for a draft pick now. Them boys playing.
I mean, when you trade away Watt, Hopkins, and Deshaun, I mean, what do you expect to happen?
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that but sometimes they've been there for for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had their time, but I mean, Watson's one of those guys. Minus allegations, obviously, on the field is like you would want him as a quarterback. I mean, that was your future quarterback. You know what I mean? Now we got Mike Glennon. I mean, who's gonna lead? You know what I mean? It's like you're gonna have to draft somebody now, rebuild. It's tough when you tell your whole team like that. You trade your whole team. You're You're asking to not do well. You're pretty much making a grab for the draft.
Exactly.
Draft picks.
So hey, let's end the segment off with how you feel. What are your top players this year, Gravy? What you got?
Oh man, I mean, obviously I'm gonna be biased with my picks. Either are top 5, but I mean, number 1 was gonna be the Jefferson catch, but number 1 for me has got to be the greatest comeback in NFL history. Now it's stamped. The greatest comeback in NFL history for us to come back 33-0. I mean, it's still hard to process that one, So those are top 2 for me. Will be that 33-0 comeback, and then what Jefferson did in that game against Buffalo with so much on stake at that time. You know what I mean, and how well they were playing. 4th and 18, the catch of the year, could be the catch of the century. Might take OBJ's. You know what I mean? So
that Jefferson catch. I mean, that's gotta be one of my top plays. I mean, honestly, that's equivalent to Edelman in the Super Bowl against the Falcons. That catch was. I couldn't believe he came down with that shit. Like,
I don't know how he didn't get injured. That guy's a freak, man. You know what I'm saying? He came down one-handed, literally snatched it from the defender's hand. I mean, it's just incredible.
They're going to see it playing right here, too, because that shit was incredible, bro.
Right.
Like, come on, bro.
4th and 18. I mean, I'm watching the game live. I'm over here like, I'm like Macaulay Culkin with Home Alone. I couldn't believe it. Like, yo, what is going on? Like, he really, not even come down with it, but one-handed, man. I mean, the guy is a beast. You see what I'm rocking.
A play that sticks out to me, came down to last week. Like I said, Boston was up 15 going to the 4th. Lakers came back. They was up by 12.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Going down to the wire. There's a minute left. Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Who's Batman right now? Mm-hmm. Give the ball to Tatum, hottest motherfucker in the league, in my opinion.
I called it right when he had it.
And
man.
he went up against Braun, a great defender to this day, a great defender. Braun is Braun. I mean, he didn't mix his shit, but he got in a pull away.
Got some separation.
Just that step back. Whoo! Buckets. Man. And then to end the game, not to end the game technically, but to dagger the game, you give Jalen, the ball up top, and he was good.
Of course, the top play is going to be Boston versus LA.
From the top center, daggers it. So, I mean, that was a good one for me. Another one, I'll go to hockey. Early in the season, Pittsburgh was up 4 or 5-1 on us. We came back. Tied the game, go to overtime against Pittsburgh, and then one of our trade acquisitions last year, Hampus Lindholm, coming from you guys, the Anaheim Ducks. He's a sleeper defenseman. No one, everyone know how good he was, but he's like Norris Trophy potential this year, which means Norris best defender in the league. Mm-hmm. He went coast to coast. And defensemen going coast to coast to score in overtime to win the game. I mean, that's pretty saucy, dude. So that sticks up, up there with me. Yeah. And then Messi.
I was just about to say that for mine.
Messi.
That gotta be one, you know, just
Messi.
off top.
Hey,
what
he went,
was,
man, I mean, he went to extra time, and he just said, I'm not going to lose this one. And he gets it in to, tie the game. And it's a
movie ending.
Yep, movie career ending like that for that, too. I'm going to give a nod, too, to that Kansas City and Bills game we got treated with last year in the postseason. I mean, the score, 4 scores in the last, minute and a half, just back and forth. I mean, it was crazy. So what a year it was for sports, man. You got
I got a couple that win against the Pats, man. That's for sure gonna, that was a big win. That's a confidence booster right there too. That's a good win. You know what I'm saying? It's such a every time, and we always do episodes on losing weeks and shit. So I just never that was. But also maybe not. This one isn't a certain play, but just a player I've been fucking with. My homeboy on Orlando Magic, Bol. Nigga, hey, bro, listen, bro, that's a force to be reckoned with right there.
Orlando just beat us twice in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they were like a little streak too. Young guys.
They beat us twice in 2 weeks. I'm still hot about it, but yeah, he's balling.
He taking coast to coast, spinning on niggas, Euro stepping. Niggas like, bro, so I gotta shout him out. I've been watching his highlights. That nigga's a freak of nature, and I'm excited to see what he does. It's gonna be because I feel like in the NBA right now, we're going back to the bigs, but it's different. It's not the big body bigs.
Because the bigs now can shoot the ball.
Exactly, and they can dribble. They can dribble and they can shoot. And like homeboy, the youngin coming into the league.
Something with a W.
Something with a W. Bombay or whatever his name is. I know I'm butchering. You know what I'm saying? That nigga is crazy. And so
one-legged 3-pointers, doing all kind of stuff.
And you look at guys like AD, Embiid, you put Jokic in there, for sure. Giannis, you feel me? Like,
right.
I feel like a team, a championship contending team needs that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not even a 1-2 punch, and not just now. Like I said, it's different now. It used to be Kobe, Shaq, or Tim Duncan, and a boy like that. It's different type of bigs. Dirk even got his shine too, but now you're looking now. You said you need like a Giannis and Embiid,
right.
A DeAndre Ayton who can't shoot the ball at a high clip, but just is a prototype big that can do higher on
run that high pick and dish it. You feel me?
Right. Yeah. So, it's gonna be intriguing, man. It's been a wild ride this year for sure, man. So
thank you guys for tapping in this year. You know what I'm saying? This all came off a whim, an idea that blossomed. You know what I'm saying?
How everything else starts too with an idea.
Yeah, everything starts with an idea. So like I said, before, we're nothing without you guys. So just keep tapping in with us. Keep subscribing. We got a lot of projects. We got a lot of material coming out for you guys. Just keep riding with us. Show us the support, and like we said before. Tap in. Give us your thoughts.
Exactly.
Comments.
Yes.
Every DM. I don't care if you DM me talking shit. Let's get it.
For sure.
Speak your guys' mind. We need you guys to interact with us because we're only going to get better as you guys show us that love, and we're going to show that back to you. So, man, I don't have anything else. What about you guys?
Hey, man, look, it's sports. It's been crazy this season all around. And you know what? The last couple of years, just drowning myself in the music and everything else, I've been missing out on a little bit of sports as much as what I'm saying? This has really got me back into the spirit. You know what I'm saying? I love this shit. This is becoming my favorite fucking podcast. I've been saying that. You gentlemen right here, do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, let's clap that up, man. Y'all niggas do y'all thing, man, bro. You feel me? And watching the old podcast, watching the first episode to number 5 right here is definitely growth. And I hope the people watching, you guys can see the growth. And you guys grow with us. This is gonna be huge one day, but for right now, we right here doing this. So this is where it really counts, and we just hoping to make stand fans out of the people watching. I hope we're gonna get more consistent with hopefully dropping more, a little bit more for you guys, maybe a couple back to back, and then we're gonna try to get some more content out there for you. Like I said, in between the podcast, there's gonna be vlogs and all that. So we got a busy year ahead of us. How you feeling, man?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like I said, this a piggyback for the guys. Like I said, appreciate y'all first and foremost. Without the viewers, we wouldn't be doing anything, couldn't be doing any of this, man. So we need the interaction, we need the comments, the likes, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, do everything. They say get at us in the comments, Inbox us, certain segments that you're rocking with, certain sports that we haven't really touched on or breezed over, things like that. So get in tune with us on that aspect, and yeah, man, we're looking forward. Like I say, we're growing. We're going to be steadily growing. Obviously, as the thing continues, we're going to keep growing. I'm looking to do some giveaways. I'm a giving person. I like doing giveaways.
Oh yeah,
like that.
Absolutely. We trying to get back.
Some giveaways going.
All
Merch
that
coming soon. You feel me? Vlogging coming soon. At a sporting events. It's a big time for the new year. We're blessed enough, hopefully, to see that new year. And so with a fresh new year comes a new start, and we're going to keep this thing rocking, keep it rolling, bigger and better, more ideas, more sporting events, more giveaways, new topics. This stuff is never going to stop because every day it's a new game, new sport. It's just a new topic, new news going on, crazy finishes, crazy kicks, crazy everything, man. Sports is just, it can be memorable during so many times. So just keep rocking with us, keep sticking with us, man. We're going to have a lot more in store going on, man, for sure. So we all get better, too. So appreciate y'all.
Appreciate all you guys. And on that note, you guys all have a great Christmas with your families.
Enjoy
that shit. Eat all the foods. Get all the presents. Enjoy it. We're going to be back full action here, within a jiffy. So just keep tapping in. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
This is the Set the Tone podcast. Until next time, y'all. I think we might be back next week. We back next week for the next podcast. It's not even over yet.
Yeah. Like you said, stay tapped in with us, man. You're going up.
All that. Peace and love, everybody. Gone.
Remember when Pinky walked in the house? Merry Christmas.